In this class, I am going to discuss about another important thermodynamic property of real gases. It is known as fugacity. Fugacity indicates the deviation from ideal behavior. It is also known as fleetness. It is used to differentiate between real and ideal gas. For the ideal gas, we use the term pressure, and for real gases, we use the term fugacity. It is also sometimes referred to as the effective pressure exerted by a real gas. Since fugacity is similar to pressure, they have the same units. In SI system, the units of fugacity and pressure are Newton per meter square. The term fugacity was first introduced by Dr. G. N. Lewis in 1901, and it is widely used in solution thermodynamics to represent the behavior of real gases. Now, coming to developing an expression for fugacity, we know that from fundamental property relations, dG is equal to minus S dt plus VdP as given by equation 1. Now we will impose the condition of constant temperature on the above equation. So if we impose the condition of constant temperature, equation 1 becomes dG is equal to VdP. But for ideal gases, we know PV is equal to RT or V is equal to RT by P. On substitution, equation 2 becomes dG is equal to RT by P into dP at constant temperature, or dG is equal to RT d of ln P as given by equation 3. Now, equation 3 is applicable only for ideal gases. However, for real gases, the above equation 3 is written as dG is equal to RT to d of ln F as given by equation 4, where we call F as fugacity. But we know as the pressure is reduced, that is at very low pressures, real gases tend to behave like ideal gases. Therefore, we can write a limit of F by P as P tends to 0 is equal to 1, or F becomes equal to P at very low pressures. Therefore, at very low pressures P0, I can write F is equal to P. Coming to the definition of fugacity coefficient psi. The psi is defined as fugacity divided by pressure as given by equation 5. Now, we can integrate equation 4 between the low pressure P0 and the actual pressure P. Integrating equation 4, I can write integral of dG from G0 to G is equal to integral of RT d of ln F from F0 to F, where the superscript not indicates very low pressure conditions, or the above equation becomes G minus G0 is equal to RT into ln F minus ln F0, or G minus G0 is equal to RT ln F by F0. But we know that at very low pressures P0, F0 becomes equal to P0, and by definition F is equal to psi into P, and therefore equation 5 becomes, the above equation becomes G minus G0 is equal to RT into ln 5P divided by P0, or I can rewrite the above equation as G is equal to G0 plus RT ln P by P0 plus RT ln psi as given by equation 6. Note that this equation is applicable for real gases, but for ideal gases, by equation 3 we know that dG is equal to RT d of ln P. Integrating between G0 to G and P0 to P, we get equation 7 as given by G is equal to G naught plus RT ln P by P naught. Now this equation is applicable for ideal gases. Now comparing equation 7 with 6, we can see that Gibbs energy of real gases is equal to the Gibbs energy of ideal gas plus a term given by RT ln psi. The quantity RT ln psi represents the deviation from ideal behavior. Now coming to the determination of fugacity of pure gases. Now first to find the fugacity of pure gases, we need to know the effect of pressure on fugacity, because as pressure is reduced to very low values, fugacity becomes equal to pressure. We know by equation 4 and 2 as given here, dg can be written as dg is equal to vdp is equal to RT d of ln f. Now rearranging this equation, d of ln f divided by dp at constant temperature is equal to v by RT, or dou of ln f by dou p at constant temperature is equal to v by RT as given by equation 8. Now methods of determination of fugacity. First we will see the compressivity factor method. We know by definition the compressivity factor Z is defined as the ratio of volume of the gas to the volume of ideal gas at the same conditions of temperature and pressure, or Z I can write it as V divided by RT by P, where V is the volume of the gas and RT by P is the volume occupied by ideal gas at the same conditions of temperature and pressure. Therefore, Z becomes equal to PV by RT, or V by RT is equal to Z by P. Now we substitute for V by RT in equation 8 as Z by P. We get this equation, dou of ln f by dou p at constant temperature is equal to Z by P, or d of ln f is equal to Z by P into dP. Now we know that as pressure tends to 0, we can observe that Z by P tends to infinity. Hence, the integration of the above equation becomes difficult. So this difficulty is overcome if we add and subtract dP by P on the right hand side of the above equation. So if we add and subtract, it doesn't make any difference in the above equation. So I add and subtract dP by P and then modify the above equation to get the final form of the equation, that is d of ln f by p is equal to z minus 1 into dP by p. The steps are indicated there. It is very simple. Now integrating the above equation between 0 and p, we get ln f by p is equal to integral of z minus 1 by p into dP from 0 to p as given by equation 9. Now this integral 9 is found by graphical methods on plotting z minus 1 divided by p versus p. So this is one method of determination of fugacity of real gases. Another method of determination of fugacity of real gases is the residual volume method. Now we define residual volume alpha as the difference between the actual volume V and the volume occupied by 1 mole of an ideal gas at the same conditions of temperature and pressure. Now alpha becomes equal to V minus RT by P, where RT by P is the volume occupied by 1 mole of an ideal gas. Therefore, V is equal to alpha plus RT by P, where alpha is the residual volume. Now from equation 2 and 4, we know that dg is equal to VdP is equal to RTD of ln F at constant temperature. Now substituting for V is equal to alpha plus RT by P in the above equation and then rearranging, we get the final form of the equation as d of ln F by P is equal to alpha by RT into dP, or integrating the above equation, ln of F by P is equal to 1 by RT into integral of alpha dP integrated from 0 to P as given by equation 10. Again, the integral in the right hand side of equation 10 is found out graphically. So these are the two important methods for finding or calculating the efficacy of real gases. They are performed by numerical methods. Thanks for watching. Meet you soon in the next class.